And joining me now in the studio is Alan Joyce, Qantas Chief Executive. Well, Alan Joyce, the market clearly liked the results, but no dividend. Is the analyst right? Are you being optimistic about the outlook, but perhaps not enough to pay out a dividend?
Well, the board has always made it very clear that we're not going to pay a dividend unless we are absolutely comfortable with the outlook, the market conditions, the profitability of the company, and the capital expenditure that the company is going to incur. But the board is committed to reinstate dividends going forward. We believe that it's an appropriate signal, and they have absolute confidence in where the business is. But at the moment, we don't have many franking credits. We don't have a position to be able to pay an franked dividend, and the conditions aren't quite right for us to pay a dividend in the current environment.
Well, let's go to the domestic market first, where you've got the lion's share of the corporate market, and you've just announced these wide-bodied planes going west,
Yes.
taking on Virgin. Is there a danger of overcapacity here?
We see a big demand for wide-body capacity on the Perth interstate markets. We've introduced 747s on the market on a number of occasions in the past. We believe that with the growth in the mining sector, the investment we're making in the fly-in, fly-out market, that utilising 747s and wide-body on this route is a very sensible option for us. Last time we operated the aircraft on the route, we had an amazing reaction from the business community. You know, today we operate 34 different wide bodies across the domestic market. Our wide body operation is quite extensive. This is an extra one, a very important one, because it puts an amazing product onto those routes.
Well, Jetstar obviously had outstanding profit margins today. You're very much your baby, but Qantas International was losing money. Is it true that some in top management think Qantas International should actually be sold off?
No, I think all of the top management believe that Qantas International is a very important part of our entire operation. You know, the reason why we're so successful in the domestic market, and Qantas has 87% of the corporate market, is that it has an amazing frequent flyer program. It has an international operation that delivers for the corporate market around the world.
And those are your two gems, aren't they?
They are the two gems, and they do go hand in hand. So you can't actually get rid of the international business and assume you're going to make record profits domestically on frequent flyer. And can I say, the great while Jetstar had a record result again, what was great about the Qantas results is the Qantas had massive improvement, 175% improvement in profitability year on year, fastest improving segment, and it would have been a lot better if it hadn't have been for the grounding of the A380s. We would have seen an even better improvement in that segment.
Let's go to that grounding and QF32. No agreement yet with Rolls-Royce. I understand in the days after the incident that Rolls-Royce actually wouldn't take your phone calls.
No, we had very good dialogue with Rolls-Royce all the way through this. Actually, from a technical point of view, we couldn't have been more happy with how Rolls-Royce responded to this. They worked with our technical people to identify the problems that existed on the engine, to put a solution in place and got us comfortable with flying the aircraft again.
Well, last week Rolls-Royce said the Qantas incident was well behind it. I think it said it had cost them 66 million euros, which is what, 80 to 90 million Australian dollars. Are you going for the full amount of the costs of the incident yourself?
Well, we're hopeful of getting a commercial negotiation with Rolls-Royce. We want recovery. Because
you're booking another 25 million, aren't you, in the next half?
Well, the total cost to us were $80 million to Qantas in the full year. There was an additional at least $100 million damage to the aircraft, which will be recovered by insurance, and we don't need a settlement with Rolls-Royce on that. But we are talking to Rolls-Royce about the $80 million impact that's caused us. Those commercial discussions are ongoing. We've also protected ourselves legally by taking an injunction in the Australian courts to take a case in the Trade Practices Act if we can't reach commercial settlement. We're hopeful that we will reach commercial settlement. It's in everybody's interest to do that, and when we have an agreement, we'll be able to book those numbers in the period on which the agreement takes place.
Your other dispute at the moment is with the pilots. Now, there are lots of threats around. There is one threat by the pilots to work to rule. How damaging could this be for Qantas?
Well, first of all, I think it needs to be in the context of the pilots' claim. The pilots' union have made a claim for a 26% salary increase, package increase in total over 3 years. And these are the pilots that are operating our long-haul international markets, which is the part of the business that is underperforming. So we actually cannot entertain that level of growth because it would just make that performance of that business even worse. And
you've got the Jet Connect New Zealand court case as well, action taken by Fair Work Australia. What if that case comes down against you? Could that also have ramifications for Singapore, I'm thinking, and pilots actually working out of Singapore with Jetstar?
Well, our legal advice and our position on it is that we're confident in our position on this. Jet Connect is a New Zealand operation operated by New Zealand crews and a New Zealand company operating out of New Zealand into Australia. There's absolutely no reason why that should operate. And the union a few years ago recognised the role that had to play, and it's been in existence for a long time. So we don't see that causing us any issues, and we're hopeful that our case will be fully understood by the court.
All right, Alan Joyce, another busy half for you. Thank you very much for joining the programme.
Thank you very much.